Mahama Ayariga batu jano e ho sem na akwa akwa bubuja na sebim ani ese da bida ye ne majority leader onyafo oseche mensa bonsu anu kriya ana ye swame abato baso so na sebejani ne so payire ne die tira ka sa papa say ya ti die nkoye ne ne dia mose mun somi no se da bi akunya botre.
I at the time was saying that we shouldn't do anything that would put us in conflict with the constitution, because you see, Parliament, even though we are masters of our own rules, we can't do anything that will offend the Constitution. And it would be the greatest embarrassment if we went on our own frolic only for somebody to test what we are doing at the court, and then it's said of us that what we did is unconstitutional. To be a huge embarrassment to us. So I said to them that let us sit down and do this. The man would not even want to have any dialogue with me. He, Ayariga, was still insistent that we move his motion. So what do I do? So if at the insistence of the speaker now, you go and make a U-turn, you call that consensus motion, it cannot be. It's your own, it's the speaker who has now forced you to do what you have done. And let it not be said that we were part of it.
Any OTA, I am Rasabani, and the Emma Swami, and after Wanukia, and a dead on Cassano or Masabatamum. Nasami, and a new job, and also dead on Kumano or Masabatamum. From Yafu Haruna, it was attitude command of Unity and Ukraine. A dear part as MPP for Ayariga, what do I want to say? A young woman of Papa and a Bonipusa.
Rather strangely, regrettably, and unfortunately, this is the first major litmus test for the 8th Parliament to have garnered cooperation and consensus as its working tools going forward. I can only be disappointed that a section of our colleagues have been denied their right to vote by their observance strictly to the COVID protocols and the directives of the Speaker. How could we have left them out? Certainly not respecting the Constitution and respecting our standing orders. The right to vote is vested in all, not persons who are in denial because they do not want to help a surge in COVID. But today's ruling for me is significant in many respects. Significant in the sense that building cooperation and consensus may probably prove difficult going forward, because this was our first opportunity to have had cooperation from those in the government or ruling party. It means that they are not ready to cooperate, they are not ready to build consensus, and they probably may find it very difficult asking us to do same in the foreseeable future.
Enti onimnyam for Haruna Idris no and what I say Musa Ukraine. So we should get them Cassia or my children, MPP for no edit to Jack. Nasa Nene and Kiasha and Musa bet me at University for school fees, you bet me at Chamu, now commercial Trabian and COVID, no man young to Munadia, and your Trabian almost of a baby badia, and any almost on your batch papa, no Panino Coffers answer when you are by Ayariga, and yes, what Panine, who must see other to Janisia and Fio, Yabagu, no see you, the Ibanidia, not me sure any pa, na the Aquasium, yes, you know, but I am.
Okay, their families can pay their bills, and therefore they don't need any support from the state. I think it's up to the students to make a judgment over the position that the NPP has taken today in relation to the plight of students. I mean, everybody knows that the COVID environment has affected household income. There's no doubt about that. Everybody knows that all this motion is asking for is that government should do something about it in relation to tertiary education students. Because we're paying for, the state is paying for senior high schools. And then tertiary education, they pay themselves. But then there is a special situation, the COVID. So my original motion was even saying that look at the fees, suspend the fees for just 1 year. That was all the point I was making. I'm not saying suspend fees permanently.
And some for Ayariga, Mahama Ayariga, what they have to do with Ukraine. And Corridor Uncle say, Sunday Kagana by Etimia Senior High School. I'm afraid one school fees, Nanka University, Anka University, and Confaka, and Nasa, and Cassian, many years of the COVID, Apajan Homisui. One suspended Kakanaka, so Crown, Cia, and common school fees, one castle, Omun through a crown, and Kadum Pensobia, COVID Nako from a Nipanias Kaka Club at Botomina, Nanka Joe, or Matimi Etri, and that's why Korea Sano, and Yadi Korea pay.
Could you work over 19 home in there? Yan to us to Ewasa and send Nemu. And Che be a best a fear Chamuno Ebeko every yano, and a Ghana mine, a year a buy Nana Adudan Kwakufado, Eddie and Sember to Gasse. Or shall no the Ato Ghana mine to say, and if be me in free abontain, and be Ragana Memu our Tyrium shame, and answer or num a former bano. Wagumukaka, Nemum, and if I bet me about be Ragana Mem, Nemum sa o Bagana Memu hapa dia. Also, who be drew to carry and shake up your hope. And Shessa, we yet testy, PCR testy, also we ye beer, Sika Ubechiano, and $150. Now, and send me a better Jano to Memophobe brain a casa ditia say, a boy anode. A brave pa, a man or man, I want when you hear him. Nessica, someone yet, then as Obi Baby Remgan and Memuha. No, Jessica Cassie with Timothy Padia and Yana Edding. And in the other said, there be a co edema, my son, Gawanshana, a boy wanted so. And I'm sorry to cry, man, now what you tell me. Ankane a year or so for a bit channel or shop within some so Doctor Okoboy Edibet to just say, I beg Gusu age didn't come and young one was a boy $150 ye bet me at so. Nana no fiada, and I would when the HM or a bibrim atoye, a memuha, one who could be a eternity as economic community state of West Africa, ECOWAS. Now, Omuye in Shamu, Titani, a Ghana man penny, Nana Adudankwa Ekufado. Na Inshamui Enina Eba Ariano. Na Adrimpa amayin nyina esine se emprempre eye amaya odonsa ekweyi nyina no so obi ba bepie mo omanum na so oba be yesa test ibidia o se sika yetimi eje no eye $50 eno na o se yetimi eje eninti amai biala okasa ekweyi hu bia no eye nhye emprempre amai peyifo no akohia agya tum se sika e o se obi ba bepie no oba be yesa test ibia yetimi eje no eye $50 na ensemi ebede adwa no na timamufo bebre busa se emprepre ya amai mpanyifo ya kohia etimi aye ehyiamu na eya odwamtani a otena puti eye Ghana mampanyin Nana Adodankwa Akufo Adoni de na sa $150 ayeje na omamu hei ye ba beteso ana se ebegina ho eno akoye asensebe na asemba kwa esan su efri sa ehyiamu a eye amampanyifo eye no abefo kwan su ebeto odwane se emprepre also amai empanyifo etimi ebo futuo bi edetowo sene ebeya enu a emprempre yesi yetimi enya ewo abrochimemu na yetimi ede ekun etia san yade kodia we no se eba bepie mu wo hapa de a omo betimi eyi sika kakra ede afri sa futuo num na omo de aso amamai ase na omo etimi ato enue ne duduo mu na etimi aboa amatememufo a ewo sa amai mu etimi afa wontuma pa efra Yefri sa ensem no niamfa ye ni enkyeremu ensem foforo mu e ye kwa ensem foforo ma ye Ghana fo nyina enim sem se emprempre yade kodia wo bi abebo adem e wo wiase afa na nyina na ebepie mu wiase Ghana nso so yamfa ye ho tototo eyi ni ti wo Ghana memu ha na se ne ebe ye ni ebetimi abo yade kodia wo COVID-19 ho by na entimi entre na enye akra bebre ninti amai bebre na ede enhyehye egu akwam se na ebe ya obetimi ede abo ne manfo ho by titiro obi a ofri oman no ofri abonten no obewura oman no mu de enhyehye bebre na amai ede agu akwam se na ebe ya nipa na omba ombewu se nipa na oba ne ni nipa duamu no yade emwai bi enim na wo de wani echrem Netherlands mema enmai omososo ede enhyehye abetudwa na enhyehye a wo de abetudwa eye wo mu wie nhyen a edidwuma e wo Ghana memu ha ye friend say KLM no enhyehye ni se emprepre se obi e free Ghana memu ha akwa kopie mu Netherlands memu ni kropon ye friend say Amsterdam mu pa dia ose enipa no eye nhwehwemu a ewo ni mojanum ahodo mienu de din kan no baako ye friend say PCR test no ose oye no eye enamiensa echi 72 hours ansa na wo ba betu kwan no ose woye na nhwehwemu ne ekyere se enipa no yade emu ayi bi eni ni mojam na ne etosu mienu no a eye so ye ehwehwe ni mojam no your friend say antigen test eno no say no ose woye no donhwe ennan a wo ba betu kwan donhwe ennan na woye ansa ne yehu se ampa enipa sumesi a opeso wokọ Netherlands memu yade emu ayi bi eni ni mojam na ensem we nyina ebeda adwa abra ensem bi beda adwa sa wodi wani ekyere mu wo Netherlands memu pa de a wodi enhye ato Ghana man so se obi entimi entu enfri Ghana memu emma so sa ensemi ebeda adwa no na Netherlands aban na msi ni Ghana memu ede betu adwa se enye nokre nemom enhyehyeye bi na wodi egu akwamu se na ebeya a yebetimi abot memufu a ewo Netherlands memu ehoban na ensemi ebeda adwa no na ensentrofo ebo edipin opanyi kwankyerefo a oda Netherlands wiem hye edi dwuma Ghana memu a ye friend say KLM oda ano yewura Dick Van na ensentrofo ebo pin ano ne twetwe nkomo se ensem sei na abedadwo no se nokre sa ensemi ebeda adwa no be se eye January da na etoso aduonu miensa timamufo bi efri Ghana memu ha efru wiem hye ekokopie mu wo Amsterdam na ebra wokoduru ho na omugye omho nkrata yehwe no mu se test no metima yemu baako PCR test no metima ye nemom de etoso mienu ne de woma entima anye enam sa yesu nti ya ma enipa entima enwura woma enum e ma ye san e de womo e ba Ghana memu ha yentie se na ye Radic Va e de ensem eto ensentrofo eni wa bra no ne ensentrofo etwetwe enkomo
travel then as per starting as Friday evening at 12 o'clock. There is a travel ban between the UK and the Netherlands. You're talking about air.
Sure.
South America, the Netherlands, and South Africa and the Netherlands. Another measure which they have imposed was that every passenger entering the Netherlands or transiting via the Netherlands needed a second test, a second antigen test. Now that implemented that all passengers boarding here our flights going to Amsterdam or via Amsterdam to final destination, they will need a COVID-19 test, a negative COVID-19 test not older than 72 hours, and they need an antigen test, which is not allowed to be older than 4 hours before departure. Now that created some impact. We heard the news Tuesday evening on the press conference of our Prime Minister, and it was also meant that all crew of KLM would be tested also, and then KLM started.
Eni ayeti ye yewura Dick Van ono na ye opanyi kwankyerefo a oda wiem hye dwumadi a friend say KLM ano e wo Ghana memu